Hello and welcome back to Coating Gaming. We are here today for episode number 31 of our 1860 Munich Football Manager 20 Let's Play career thing series, I guess you'd call it. And as you can see from the table, we currently sit in 9th position with a... Well, we're playing on the second day of the match day today, so some people have got games in hand, or we've got games in hand on some people, but we're pretty much in 9th and probably stay in and around there for today's game because we do face Magdeburg, and then a little bit later on we face Ingolstadt. So two relatively hard games, facing 5th and then 7th. But since you last were with us, we drew 2-2 with Darmstadt. We then won 1-0 against Bochum, lost 3-0 to Nuremberg. They are one of the favourites to go straight back up. They just got relegated from the Bundesliga, so they've got players who are better than ours by a long way. And then we won just about 3-2 against Dynamo Dresden. So we come into it with a little bit of iffy form, and as you can see from pretty much the entire game so far, if we filter out that one, if we look at if we don't take friendlies into account here, our form has been very inconsistent. And it's that inconsistency which is costing us in the league so far, which is why we're roughly mid-table rather than pushing on into the potential playoff position or potential automatic position. So we face Magdeburg today. The team for today is going to be Königsmann in goal, Streller, Huth, Pilkinson and Matos across the back four, Ramakic in the base midfield with Slattery and Ludson ahead of him. That's pretty much our preferred midfield three at the moment in time. Loretta, Brock and Otto rounding out the front three. Otto still in fine form. If we have a look at the Bundesliga 2, he is still the top goal scorer on 11 goals. Second place is on 9, the third is on 7. So he's doing wonders for us. So hopefully he can get a few goals here and we can potentially beat Magdeburg. But I wouldn't hold your breath. It's going to be a very interesting game here. They are playing a 4-2-3-1, which is normally something we're quite well at dealing with currently. Let's give us a performance they're expecting of us here. That didn't go down well. Brock was like, yes, I'll do that, but everyone else didn't care too much. So let's kick off the game as we kick off in our home kit, as we are home today, from left to right, and we're looking to go straight up the field and have an early chance here. Slattery goes long, but doesn't make it, and they are in behind us. Oh my lord, he's offside. I have adjusted the league table in the highlight view to be 4th place down. So I believe it's 4th place to 15th place that it shows currently. So that's the mid-table that we are hopefully expected to finish in, and will hopefully comfortably finish in this season, as Slattery now picks the ball up and is driving forward. But he gets tackled and they do win the ball back. They go over the top again towards that player. He looks like he's Bulgarian or something. Let's have see who he is. Bulgarian, yes. He is a player that keeps coming on my scouting reports. I'm going to change the defensive line. I'm going to be a lower defensive line so we drop off more. Hopefully that will stop the balls in behind, which have been causing us a bit of a problem so far at the start of this game. But with 15 minutes already gone, it doesn't look like anything's pretty much happening. So we'll get time to get creative here. And to be fair, a 0-0 draw wouldn't be the worst in the world as Matos gets his 9th yellow card of the season. It's not even halfway through yet. And nothing seems to be happening. Although I say that, there is a corner on this near side with Streller to take. Ledson gets his head on the ball, but their keeper picks it out. And that's another thing I need to check here. Let's have a look at corners, right. Who is... So... Okay, no. Let's get the 6'6" Blake Pilkington attacking the near post, lads. I mean, come on. There we go. That might actually cause us to be a bit more prolific in the air from these corners, as we are always trying that near post routine. As Pilkington there is giant 6'6" frame, or 2 meters. I believe it's 2 meters tall. Is dominating headers, and that's what we need him to do. But Ledson is not going to do it when he's 5'11". I don't understand why we were aiming for him. But now Ledson has the ball, goes inside to Ramakic, who goes back to Huth and Pilkington, playing it around nicely. And Brock now is released. He's beating his man straight away. Hello, Brock. Ledson fires it in from long range. He picks the ball back up. Slattery now, Loretta. We're trying to carve out a chance. They do win the ball back, though. And their Bulgarian striker runs forward with the ball. And I believe that's Ramakic does bring him down. We are currently winning the possession battle, which is quite good. But we aren't doing really anything with it. Yeah, Matos has been booked. We might look to potentially take him off as we rapidly approach half time, and it is 0-0 at half time, and we need to probably do something here. Performing well up there, keep it up. Yeah, I would say they're performing well. Otto needs to sort of step up his game a little bit more, but he is performing decent at the moment in time. If we get another corner, though, I do have faith that Pilkington will get his head on it and will be very dangerous for us. There's a free kick now, Strela to take. Ramacic is at the back, and it goes over the bar. Again, we should be aiming for Pilkington. Here we go. Pilkington tries to get his head on it, but we do pick the ball back up. Strela on this near side. Ledson with a shot from outside the box, and it goes over the bar. And I don't know what to do here. Brock's having a... That whole side's having a weird game. So we'll get Cone on and we'll get Mendes on for Matos so we don't get red carded here. They're two players that haven't really been playing well. So they have a free kick from deep. They go long though. And Konisman picks it out of the air. Nothing doing with that highlight. And it is starting to be a very even game as Ledson picks the ball up from a half clearance. He's now driving into the box, finds Cone, who tries to beat his man. He does, and it goes out for a corner. And this is the time for Blake Pilkington to get his big old head on it. And we'll aim him straight with the corner here. Does go on towards him. Pilkington does pick the ball up, but not where we want him to do. And they clear it long to our defenders. And there's 30 minutes remaining, and I don't know what to do here. Ramakic is having a good game again, but is tiring. Slattery's tiring as well. Let's bring on Marchetti here. Marchetti and Ledson did have some playing time together last season. So let's see if they can do something here. But as the time is ticking away, it doesn't look like anything's going to happen. And I will actually take a 0-0 draw here. And that does look like what it's exactly going to be. Magdeburg did come into this game with fantastic form. So, fair enough, 0-0 draw. I'm going to say unlucky. It wasn't our day. Could have played a little bit better, I guess, but I'll take the draw. At least it's not another loss. But yeah, we will now face Ingolstadt in 5 days' time, and I will join you in that game. We are back for this Ingolstadt game, and there are some issues in the team, such as Loretta's injured with, I think it was bruised shins. Let's have a look at it. Bruised knee, a bruised knee. She has had a bruised knee quite a lot. Yes, and then we've got Huth who is on who's 1 yellow card away from a suspension, and so is Matos. So there's potential for rotation for the next game, and I've had to bring in Pepe into the team as Loretta. He can play, but I'd rather him just rest for this game. If we need to bring him on, then we'll bring him on. So the first 11 is as follows. We have Königsmann in goal, Strela, Huth, Pilkington, Matos across the back four, Ramakic, Slattery and Ledson in the midfield three, Pepe, Brock and Otto rounding out our front three. And there's also a player that is going to be leaving, which is going to be Adrand, 25-year-old Brazilian guy that we got in, I think it was last year. We haven't really played him that much. And yeah, 750,000, we were probably going to take a loss on him, but he wanted more game time and I couldn't justify it, so he now wants to leave. He's handed in his transfer request. But we are trying to replace him with pretty much like for like. We've got Omar Richards, we could get him at the end of the season for nothing, but £70,000 for him on a £10,000 per week contract. And this is what he looks like currently. He's contracted to Reading. He will obviously leave in the summer, but he is taking a pay cut here to come to us. And he plays as a wing back. Does he play on support? He can play wing back support, but he is more inclined to defend on wing back. Currently operating at a decent 2 Bundesliga level. The only con that I really don't have a good time with is the dreads playing in big matches thing. But he is currently 3-star, potentially 3.5-star, and his potential could be 3.5-star, maybe 5. Obviously at 25 years old, probably not going to reach that potential. But his overall top speed is a strong attribute, or is his strongest attribute, in fact. I like him. Work rate's good. Runs with the ball down the left, gets forward wherever possible, knocks the ball past the opponent. All the good things that you want from a wing back. So he will come in as a backup to Streller. Potential first choice if Streller does end up leaving. It depends on what offers come in over the summer, but there's no chance I'm letting Streller leave over the January transfer window. So let's submit the team, get into this game. There's nothing else really to make note of. I will obviously look for free transfers if we can get any, but it might be a season where a transfer window where we just like try and get people with great potential, youth players with great potential into the team. I'm going to say we're favourites here. So we're apparently favourites. They did not care in the slightest. So let's say I have faith in you. They are playing a 4-1-4-1. That is very defensive there. Got hard tackling on the wingers there, and let's see if we can manage to break down their very defensive formation as we kick off from right to left in our home white kit. They're playing in their home red and black kit. And this is a team we have faced so often, it's basically like a derby for us. So hopefully we can go ahead and beat them as they have a corner on this near side, but Königsmann picks the ball out of the air. And we look to start a counter as Brock now picks the ball up. Otto is making a nice run. If Brock can find him, he goes past one. He goes into Otto, sorry. Otto does. McGuee, oh my God, it's our player. I keep forgetting I forget we loaned out some of our players to this league. So we are facing our keeper, our young Brazilian keeper, Maguila. But hopefully we can put a few past him. And now I'm remembering he did manage to keep, I think it was a draw or a clean sheet last time we played them. I think it might have been a 0-0 draw, the first game of the season, I believe. But hopefully we can do a bit better this time, as they are playing the ball in and around us. As Königsmann does make a save, but they get the ball back again, and they're into our box. And we need to make a challenge here. Ramakic does make it, and it goes out for a throw via deflection for ours, as the highlight continues from there. Streller with this throw-in, passes it back to Huth. And we look to build from the back. Streller now. Can he go forward? No, he goes back to Huth, who lumps the ball forward. Otto finds the header into Slattery, who goes into Pepe, crosses the ball out wide to Brock, who picks it up and goes past one man. Can he go past the other one? Crosses it in. Slattery gets the head on the ball, but can't quite direct it towards goal. They do clear it slightly to Ramakic into Streller. And we look to build again. We go inside to Ramakic, Ledson, Brock. We're working it well around them. There's an overlap with Matov, which we do find. Cross the ball in. Otto with a attempted header, but they do clear it. And it looks like we're coming back at them again. As now Slattery picks the ball up. Brock is now over on that far side. He goes inside past one. And I don't was that a deflected goal from Otto there? It is 1-0 and Otto's 12th goal of the season. But the keeper dived completely out of their way. Unless we've decided just to pay him. We've gone to him with like, right, you know your weekly wages, we'll triple it for this week if you concede a goal. It is a deflection. Comes off the defender Poulsen, which makes the keeper dive the wrong way, and he has no chance of saving that, and Otto does make it 1-0. And we, at this currently stands, we move up to 6th. We might be the first team to play this match weekend. So that might be why we're up to 6th, but who knows? We might stay there at the end of this game if we continue to do a good performance here. And it's been a very even game. I'm going to time to get creative now. If we can have a second one here, as we have a corner on this near side with Slattery to take, we aimed it towards... What the hell has happened? We've aimed it towards Blake, but it's pinball in the box there. And Otto was trying to make it 2-0, but we have another corner with Slattery to take. Pilkington tries to get his head on it, but Otto picks the ball up now. He does get tackled, but comes out on top with the ball. Passes it into Pilkington, and we go further back and look to build again, and we have a throw on this far side. The highlights are coming thick and fast here. Brock now back into Matos, as they are always looking dangerous. He goes past two men. This deserves a goal. Pepe with a header just goes over the bar. And that is aggravating. That deserved a goal because Matos was so good going past two players. But it's approaching half-time, and it does look like we're going to go into half-time at 1-0. Pepe apparently has made a lot of mistakes today. It's looking like Loretta might want to come on here. I'm going to say don't get complacent out there because we are not winning comfortably here. We are winning, but things could change quite fast. And they normally do in the Bundesliga too. And it's only a 1-0 lead as it stands, but Matos intercepts their cross forward. Pepe on a 6.4, looking like he's going to come off very soon. We haven't really been doing anything, but we do have a corner with Strella to take on this near side. It's in towards Pilkington, but Otto picks the ball back up. And that is deflected off our player, and it's looking like they might have a break on here. As I believe that's Ramakic, is it? Trying to track back. But the highlight comes to nothing. 55 minutes gone. And they have a deep free kick, which they've just completely bypassed our entire midfield, and they've had a chance with a shot on target, and it looks like they're coming at us now. And I'm going to tell them to demand more here. I'm going to start shouting at them as there's a chance. It's a long-range effort that's hit the bar. And yeah, Pepe comes off, Loretta comes on, and I'm going to bring in Saar as well. I'm going to swap him to a deep line. Have we not had a deep line playmaker? Hang on a minute. So we've been playing with two Mazzalas. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Right. He can play as a deep lane playmaker on support Sarkan, so we'll bring him on because that's the thing we're meant to have there. I didn't check Ledson's his role in there, which is a bit annoying. So that might be where our lack of creativity has come from. That we had two Mazzalas rather than an actual playmaker in the middle of the park. Let's go 70th minute now. Nothing seems to be happening, and I'm somewhat fine with that. But they do have a corner on this near side. It comes out edge of the area. They have a shot. Goes well wide, and it's 80th minute. Brock is tiring, but so's Pilkington. I'm going to get Valentinen, and I'm going to tell them to waste as much time as physically possible. Hopefully we can see out this 1-0 win. Brock is looking like he's going to die now, but if it means we manage to win this game, then I am happy with it. As we're going into 90 plus minutes, 94th, there it is. There's a throw in this near side, but it looks like that should be it. The ref should be blowing this whistle right about now. And the whistle does go, and we do manage to get a 1-0 win there. I'm going to say so that was a bit of a let-off because we should have been better than that. But we do manage to win the game. As Union Berlin win 5-0. Yeah, we have played one of the first few games of the matchday weekend, so we currently sit in 5th. We're probably not going to stay 5th. But there we go, guys. What was the... That was a 0-0 draw. Decent 2 games there, to be fair. So we have got the January transfer window and whatnot to come, but I think I might just skip over that. I think I might come back for the first 2 games of March and come back at Kaiserslautern and Regensburg. So yeah, we'll come back at Kaiserslautern and Regensburg, who are quite frankly suffering down there. So that should hopefully be 2 wins out of 2. But thank you guys for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you click that like button, comment and subscribe. If you do end up subscribing, make sure you click the notification bell to stay up to date with everything on the channel. But until next time, goodbye.